okay, federal court. What does federal mean throughout the world? What does federal mean?
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, it's simple. All it is like some man from Thunder Bay up in Canada said, he called up during one of these shows and said, oh, you had a case going on today. How did it work out? He said, well, when I came out of federal court today, it worked out pretty good. So if you think federal is exclusive to the United States government's jurisdiction or authority and control, see, you'd be in error. See, if you knew what the word federal meant, there's federal courts in China. There's federal courts in Canada. There's federal courts in Mexico. Federal isn't exclusive to the corporation known as the United States of America. That's not like a Coca-Cola, like a trademark. It's not like you wouldn't be infringing on somebody's corporate structure by using the word federal. Federal is a Hebrew word. It just means to pledge. That's all it is. It's a Hebrew word. It means to pledge. Like you pledge to meet, like at a certain location, not in a certain location, but at a certain location. So when I'm in federal court, I'm in a mindset that I pledge to meet you in a court in a civil manner, and I'm going to meet at the district court, which is located on 1 Church Street, Montgomery, Alabama.
Great.
Okay. So there's a lot of little nuances of what all these words mean. And that was great about the folks from Canada when I wrote this for them at Queen's Bench. The court clerk lady was incredibly intelligent, and she went and she fixed all those words. So instead of her meeting at federal court, she met at her last name. Just say her last name is Smith. So the Smith court met at Queen's Bench. So what happened was the court clerk says, no, it's not the Smith court. It's family court, and you're going to meet in Queen's Bench. So the court clerk actually circled and crossed out all the things that this lady, well, what I wrote. She crossed out all the stuff and wrote the proper words that they recognize that get jurisdiction and control over that lady's paperwork. And I told that lady, no, don't accept any of these modifications to your paperwork. But thank God, some court clerk lady was trying to be nice, but she didn't realize that she just gave us proof, beyond a shadow of a doubt proof, that these words mean something to these people. If they wouldn't, she wouldn't have spent the whole day taking a red marker, crossing out these words, and writing the proper words.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Right, so thank God that they actually sent me a copy of the revised version of my paperwork through the court clerk of Queen's Bench Eyes. But I told them they actually accepted the paperwork for a minute, and then I told them to go back and leave it the way I wrote it. And then they left it the way I wrote it. That was on a Thursday. Monday they went to court. They kicked their ass, and they worked out a deal again back to the kids on Tuesday. But if she changed all the paperwork, then they would have had total control over them and the kids, and it would have been a holy disaster for that family. Well, yeah, I hope that helped with federal,
Yeah, it did. So if this paperwork that I'm looking at, is it still being supported by your moving forward?
Oh, absolutely. The only thing I got to do now, the only thing I would want to do now is I want to actually see what the actual case file looks like. I'm going to ask them for the authenticated,
certified
complete copy of the case file to date. So if they try to send me any stuff that's stylized as the United States District Court, I'm just going to send it back to them and say, hey, how did this get into my case file? This court, I'm not addressing this court. I did not move my claim into this court. Why is this court trespassing into my case? Why are they doing it? So Can you please, that's basically that simple. I'm going to wait for an answer from them. Saying what gives the United States District Court the right to enter into a district court. I'd like to know how you believe that you have why you're submitting any paperwork into my case. This is my case.
Yeah.
If you want to make a case against me, make your own case against me. Get your own case number. Get your own case file.
Yeah.
But all he's basically saying is like, look, is this or is this not a public courthouse? Yes. Is this where people from 2 different states can meet? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so is there a reason why you won't allow me to seat a jury and let the jury hear my claim? Is there a reason why you deny me access to this public building? They better have a damn good reason. And that's how simple it's going to be from here on. But like I say, folks, huh?
Did someone also write a letter to a magistrate or something with that intent?
No, I'm just going to write. I'm going to write. His name is William Capel, and it's so funny. Even the U.S. Marshals asked me that back in January. He said, "Why do you keep calling him William or Mr. Capel?" He says he's a magistrate or he's a judge. I said he's not my magistrate. He's not my judge. He said he was assigned as a magistrate by the United States District Court. I didn't assign him as my magistrate.
Yeah.
If he wants, I asked him would he like to be the magistrate of the Lentz Court, and he never responded. So I presume he does not want to be the magistrate of the Lentz Court. He wants to be the magistrate of the United States District Court. Now, I have no affiliation with the United States District Court. I did not submit my paperwork to them, so I'm not under the control or authority of the United States District Court.
Right.
So, see, the federal marshals were able to keep up with me. They said, "Oh, my God, this is so simple, it's scary." I said, "Yeah, I know." I said, "I'm in no hurry." I said, "Because look at this. Let me just make it this simple. If they, like I said, they offered me a settlement like 3 years ago now. If I took the $1 million, you guys would have never heard me. I would have never continued. I would have never done nothing. I would have taken my money and been with my kids, and you guys would have never heard of me."
Yeah, that's a lot of cats.
Yes, exactly. A lot of cash, a lot of cats, a lot of, you would never heard of me. But for some reason, I just said, no, man, there's got to be some more to this. There's got to be a reason why I'm going through all this. The money's not that important. If you look at my first 2 lawsuits, I didn't even have a dollar amount in there.